You'll never see it coming. It's probably what the people at Netflix were saying when this got greenlit. Because honestly, I never thought we would get a Persona live action, especially TV show. So to see this happen is both cool and slightly worrying. And I think I'm going to lean more towards on the worried side, which I'll explain why in a little bit, but to be honest, there's not really much to go off so far. Like, there's not really that much information in this headline. So this headline came out a few days ago that the live action is in works at Netflix. There's a few names attached here, like Sean Levy from 21 Laps, who was also the director of Deadpool and Wolverine. There's a couple other names attached here, like the writers, but I don't really think any of that matters, cause you never know. It's a live action, so it could either be really good or really bad, and there's a lot more bad than good. But let me tell you why I'm worried about this. There's two things in this headline in particular: live action and Netflix. Persona live action, like, we have never really seen like real actors, maybe apart from like the Persona 3 Reload like music video where we have like Lotus Juice and the singer like in the music video, but it's usually pretty much just like an anime styled game. So when this kind of dropped, I was kind of surprised to see that we would get a Persona live action. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Persona 5 Royal. It's my favorite game ever. And Persona 4 and 3 are really good too, and some of the spin-off games are really good. But a live action TV show? Like, I'm not sure this is really gonna work. Netflix doesn't exactly have a great track record when it comes to doing live action adaptations. Maybe apart from something like One Piece live action, which is funny actually, because that's a company that went from making a terrible live action, like Cowboy Bebop, to making an amazing one, like One Piece. So when I see a project like this come through, like, oh, Persona live action in the works, it doesn't make me feel immediately like, oh my god, yes, this is going to be amazing. We'll have to see more. But if you look at what Netflix really offers in this department, there is a lot of either disappointing shows or very divisive shows. So this will, whatever this ends up being, this will need to be done well. And that's what I kind of want to talk about, is the format of how this is going to even work. Like, this is a TV show, so are they gonna adapt, like, a Persona game, like, let's say Persona 5, but then just make it like a TV show, episodic TV show? Or are they gonna make their own story with their own characters in a school, and there's this whole new reason why, you know, they have personas? It kind of makes me wonder why. Like, why go into this direction? Persona 5 Royal, like, the average completion time for that game is like 130 hours. So if you're trying to condense something that sort of large into a TV show, like, how are they gonna splice this up? Is this even gonna be like the game at all? Like, are we gonna have segments where it's like a slice of life school sim kind of thing, and then they go into another world and fight monsters, well, shadows, with all the personas? Like, how is this gonna work? Like, the more details we get on this, the more it'll push into a certain direction of whether I'm worried or whether I'm excited. What is a little bit worrying is there is a comment here in this piece where that Netflix declined Variety's request for comment, which is never good. Whenever you see companies declining to make a comment, that is usually never a good sign. So, I don't know. I don't know where we're gonna go with this. Especially since if you've ever looked into live action stuff, like, you will always see, well, almost always see the directors or the showrunners or whoever's involved in the project say, yeah, actually, we don't play this game. Actually, we refuse to play this game. Not only do we refuse to play this game, we refuse to even go fucking near this game. Like, I will never go out and play this game. And it just makes you sit there watching this shit go like, okay, like, why are you involved in this project? Why are you working on a game adaptation or whatever adaptation of a certain thing into live action if you have no prior interest in the source material. So, like, when you think about everything to do with Persona, and then you try and attach it to, like, this sort of live-action template, it just makes me worried. Like, how are they actually gonna pull this off? Where is this gonna go? And it seems like Netflix is not really open for sharing that much information right now. It is very early days after all. Like I said, like there's only a few names mentioned, so we are gonna, as the years come by, we're gonna get more information on this. I don't know. For me personally, this, as a Persona fan, this is not something that excites me. Like, I'm here for the games, and I'm not really here for a live action, but I do understand why this is happening. Like, the appeal of a live action makes perfect sense, especially with how popular the One Piece live action is and how much Hollywood is pushing these live action remakes, is because when they are successful, like, they're really fucking successful. Like, these things, like, they really, like, sort of up the scale when it comes in terms to the, like, the fandom, the overall conversation of the said property. Like, when you see all these Disney remakes, they all generate tons and tons of money, even if they're not really well received, or maybe it's, you know, they've got mid reviews or something like that. So this does make sense to me why this is coming out for Netflix, but how and everything else surrounding it does make me feel a little bit worried that, you know, like the Sean Levy, you know, he made Deadpool Wolverine, but it's like, what does that have to do with Persona? There is a Sega producer, Toru Nakahara, who will aid as an executive producer, but it's like, you have to get the right people to do the right jobs. Like, even though he's a Sega producer, like, what does that have to do with TV shows, and what does that have to do with developing one for Netflix? You know what I mean? So, I don't know. For me, there's a lot of early sort of signs that this is not really gonna be something that is gonna be amazing, but I am more than happy to be surprised. I mean, like I mentioned earlier, the One Piece live action really did kick things up. Like, One Piece is bigger than ever now, and it works, Like, we've seen that these live actions can work if they're done well. So I don't have high hopes for this, but I'm hoping that they can somehow pull this off. Like, I don't know. Well, that's pretty much all I really wanted to cover in this video. It's not really much to say because there's not much out right now. But I'm curious what you might think about this. Are you excited for a Persona live action? If you are, if you're not, let me know in the comments. But until next one, I'll see you.